Okay, today's guided practice for Monday, October 26th. So number one, negative 2x is greater than 6. Remember that we don't want our coefficient of x to be negative. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2x to the other side, which is going to cancel those out. So that's going to give me 0 on the left is greater than, and then I have 6 plus 2x. Now I can go ahead and subtract 6 so that those two terms just flop sides. And now my coefficient of x is positive, and then we get that other number ends up being negative. Last step, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3 greater than x. But then remember, we want to flip it around. So I'm going to have x on the left, negative 3 on the right, and since it's opening to negative 3, we want it to continue opening to negative 3. Now we want to draw our number line, and I'm going to tell you that it's quite easy to draw these if you have to. Just put negative 3 in the front, and then we've got, negative 3 in the middle. We've got negative 2 there and negative 4, and that's really all you need on your number line to graph these, at least for now. So we have a point at negative 3, no line underneath, so it's open, and then it's less than negative 3, so less than goes to the left. Okay, for number 2, we could distribute the 1/8. So we would have to multiply it by 3x, we'd have to multiply it by negative 16. There is an easier way to do this. To get rid of 1/8, we can multiply both sides by the number 8. 8 times 1/8 just gives me 1, so those actually cancel. And all I have left is the 3x minus 16 is less than, and then 8 times 4 is 32. So now we've got that fraction that went away. So now all I have to do is add 16 to both sides, and I get 3x is less than 48. Divide both sides by 3, and x is less than 16. So now when I draw my number line, it doesn't have to be very big. I'm going to put 16 in the middle, and then 15 before, and 17 after. We have a point at 16. It's open because there's no line, and it's less than again, so that line goes to the left towards 15. All right, number 3. We have x in the numerator, we've got x minus 3, and then that whole thing is divided by 2. So since this is a division symbol, I can undo division by multiplying. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So that's going to make those cancel, and now I'm going to have x minus 3 left is greater than or equal to negative 10. Add 3 to both sides. I get x is greater than or equal to negative 7. So we've got negative 7 in the middle, we've got negative 8 comes before it, negative 6 comes after. We have a close point this time because of my or equal to symbol there. And then we're talking about greater than, so that's going to point to the right. Okay, last problem, number 4. I'm going to want to distribute on both sides to start off with, and I'm going to do that all at once. So let's start by distributing negative 4. Okay, negative 4 times 2 gives me negative 8. And then negative 4 times negative x, right? A negative times a negative gives me a positive 4x. And that's going to be less than or equal to 6 times x is 6x. And then 6 times 2 is 12. Typically, I would take my 6x and move it over to the left, but I know that that's going to make it negative, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So I'll have a negative 8 on the left is less than or equal to 2x plus 12. Now I can subtract 12 from both sides. That's negative 20 less than or equal to 2x. Divide by 2. And we get negative 10 less than or equal to x. And then if I flip it around, going to have x is greater than or equal to negative 10. So I'm going to put negative 10 in the middle on my number line. I know that negative 11 comes before it and negative 9 comes after. I have a closed point at negative 10 because of the or equal to portion. And then x is greater than, so it's pointing to the right. My line goes to the right. There you go. Hope you guys have a good day.